Welcome to Foods 254. My name is Sela. I'm your host and nutritionist, and I'm very happy to join you guys today. I had promised you guys earlier that I'm going to give a nutritional talk on how to gain weight, but I changed my mind, not because I'm not going to talk to you about it, but because I want to talk about something that I think has really affected most of us. And I want to give a short story. This is a real story. This is something that actually happened. So just some few years ago, while I was performing my duties, there was this baby that was really malnourished. This baby was around 1.5 years. He was very weak. He was not able to feed properly. He was actually feeding on tubes, the NG tubes. This baby also had difficulties in breathing. So that's why this baby was admitted. He was suffering from a condition called cerebral palsy. For those of you who don't know what cerebral palsy is, this is a neurological disorder that affects the brain and disrupts coordination and even muscle movements. It is one of the most common causes of lasting disability in children. And the condition can be caused by, problems from being born too early, premature birth, and not getting enough blood or oxygen or other nutrients before or during birth, a serious infection that can affect the brain, such as meningitis. And in many cases, the exact cause of cerebral palsy is not known. Those are just they're just reasons, but they're not really the exact causes of cerebral palsy. So back to our story. So this baby had cerebral palsy, difficulties in breathing, very malnourished, very underweight. I noticed that the mother was always quiet. She was, of course, when your child is sick, I don't really expect a mother to be that hyper, but there was just something in her that really, I felt like she needed someone to talk to. The hubby used to come and to visit her once in a while to see the kid, but that baby had been admitted there for some time. So one time, this day, the relatives came to visit. So one of the relatives actually called me and she asked me, like, can I talk to you? I'm like, okay. So she says, can I talk to you in private? I'm like, okay. So I asked her first, so how are you related to this lady, the mother to the kid now? And she said, that lady inside there is my sister. And I just have a request. So I was like, okay, go ahead. Then she says, is there a way that maybe doctors or you people can just inject this kid so that he can just die? So for someone to say that, I thought maybe I had my own things. I was so shocked that this lady could even say such a thing. And she repeated the same thing. She was like, can you guys is there anything that can be done so that this baby can just die because we are tired? I'm like, what do you mean we are tired? You and who? So she starts saying that we've spent so much money in the hospital. The parents cannot even buy themselves nice clothes. They can't even eat nice food. All the money is just, and it really affected me because I never thought like someone would come up with such a statement. And so I was quiet for some time, and I thought she could even come back to her senses and be like, oh, it's just, but she never stopped talking. So I was thinking like, okay, in such a situation, what am I supposed to do? Do I report her? What do I do? Because this lady was so serious. It's like she was just tired. Maybe she was even the one taking care of the bills or whatever, I don't know. But at the moment, I was like, okay, should I report her or what do I do? So I tried explaining to her about the condition. She never even knew what cerebral palsy is. I took my time, explained everything. I told her that was not the end of the world. All those things that you will tell someone. She didn't change her mind. She kept on saying that's what she thinks can be done because it can make their work or their lives easy. So I just felt like I can't even talk to her. I can't even reason with her. This is not someone I can talk to. I went and called the other guy. another relative that was among them. He seemed to at least kushikanisha. He seemed to know what what is happening, you know. So I called him. I told him I want to talk to him, and I told him exactly what this other lady said, and this guy was shocked. Then I'm like, no, but I thought this is a decision that all of you made, so why do you seem shocked? And this guy says, this is the problem that has been happening even home. Actually, they are accusing the mother to this baby that maybe she was sleeping around. That's why she even got a baby who has CP, cerebral palsy, you know. And he asked me, is there a way that you can just gather us together and talk to us? Because this situation is getting out of hand. So I called that other lady that had come there with her requests, the father to the baby. I didn't call the mother. That one I knew she would be so emotional, so I didn't call her. So I sat with this family. I talked to them, I explained to them. I didn't even care whether they want to listen to me or not. I just did my part. So they left. I had to talk now to this mother. I came now to realize why she was always low, you know. I spoke to her and she explained to me what has been happening. And after a few weeks, trust me, this baby's weight actually increased, and he was now able to feed orally. Remember, he was feeding through the pipes. He was now able to feed orally. He was out of oxygen. He was not using the oxygen now. He was able to breathe by himself, and so things were getting okay. So it reached a point whereby the baby was now discharged. I made sure I got the number for this mother. So after like a few weeks, she told me that that kid has passed. And I was really affected. I've never been that close to a patient, you know, because, you know, patients, they just come and they go, but this baby was just so special. We went there and she explained the baby just started having some difficulties in breathing. So by the time they were even taking him to the hospital, he had already passed. And that's why I felt like I should address this issue. As a nutritionist, I feel like kids with CP, I call it CP because that's what is a cerebral palsy. Kids with CP need good nutrition and healthy foods, just like any other kid, you know. I know meal times with children who have cerebral palsy, it's just hard. As much as their growth is different, they are slow, and giving them food, it can be so hectic. You can even take like the whole day just trying to feed this baby. But even with these longer meal times, some children still will not get the nutrition that they need, you know. But the right diet and feeding techniques can help many kids with CP have a productive mealtime experience. Try playing with them, try singing to them, try using those plates that have nice colors, some cartoons. You really have to be patient. Trust me, when you're feeding a baby with CP, you really have to be patient. And meeting the daily needs of a family member with cerebral palsy isn't easy. If your child has CP, you should seek family and community support. It may help to join a support group or talk with other parents who have a child with special needs, so that you don't feel alone. And learning that your child has CP, it's not easy. And raising a child who has it can be so hard. But the more you know, the better you can care for them and provide for your child. I know there are parents who even hide these kids. They don't want them to be seen. They don't even go to school. Nowadays, we have schools for special kids. These are just like any other kids. It's just that their growth is slow. So as a parent, you really need patience. And I really want to appreciate a friend of mine called Millicent. She began a program whereby she invites mothers or parents who have kids with special needs, not just CP, other special needs too. So she began this initiative of inviting these families or mothers who have these kids that need special care, and she talks to them. She's a nutritionist too, like me. So she talks to them, she gives them food, clothes, those who are not able to afford, and she really cares for them. So Millicent, wherever you are, I really, really appreciate whatever you are doing. And she actually invited me to give a talk to these mothers around July. I'll be giving a talk, I'll be sharing nutrition information to these mothers so that they can know how to take care of these babies. So I hope you learned something. Remember, if you're having a child with special needs, don't just be silent. You can reach me out on Foods 254. You can talk to someone, and I can make you that special diet for this kid. And trust me, their growth is going to be different. So next time, I'll be talking about how to gain weight. That is the topic I wanted you guys to. That is what I wanted to talk about, but I'll talk about it next time. So tune in to Foods 254. If you have a question, don't forget or don't hesitate to ask me. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. You cannot just be watching my videos, texting me, okay, I like your videos, and you've not subscribed. It's not really fair. So please subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for watching. See you again next time. Same place, same time on Foods 254. Bye-bye.